Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series V's I've been doing for a little while now. Go over their trial food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. This is my first review in over a week. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that is definitely the case today. I went over there, got off of work, and, needed to go over there, grab a few basic, nothing like big, just a few basic supplies and stuff like that. I was kind of hungry. So I decided to go over there, stop off at the old 7-Eleven, as I've been known to do. I've reviewed plenty of stuff from 7-Eleven. And I found a thing. But what thing is it, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it my first review in over a week? Well, folks, that's because it's Boom! It's from 7 Select, which is the 7-Eleven in-house brand, cheesy garlic bread flavored potato chips, limited time flavor. Ooh. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that these are coming out when they are, because Lay's famously has their own cheesy garlic bread flavored potato chips. They were a limited time flavor that came out several years ago, and it went away. But it had been announced that it was going to be returning. Now, I haven't run into it yet, so I don't know if they're still rolling it out or if it's going to be a regional thing, but 7-Eleven apparently decided we're going to go over there, we're going to get one in right before they can. But yeah, this is genuinely my first review in over a week, though. I was ill for a while, not seriously or anything, but enough that my sinuses were effectively just nothing but mucus, and it was all just in my brain, and it was bad, and I couldn't taste anything for over a week, like very, very limited anyway, just because, again, my sinuses were so backed up. But this is really the first day where, like, I'm pretty sure I'm at essentially 100% of where I'm supposed to be. So let's try out these and see how it goes. Let's get a thing for the thing. They look like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's try them out. I'm still a tiny bit congested, but I don't think it's affecting my taste buds anymore. If it is, then you won't see this review. I mean, I can smell that, so it mostly just smells like potato chips, though. Now, here's the thing. I have to mention this because I mention this whenever I do these reviews. I have not taken a single chip out of there. You see it, right? Look at the bag. It's about the size of my head. I got a big head. That is how many chips I'm actually getting. Far less than my head. And for the people who say, oh, well, they have to do that for transport. Whose boot do you have to lick to get where you are in life? It's bullshit, folks. And we need to, I mean, look at that. That's pathetic. That's less than half the bag. So, but let's try them out. Can I get a full chip? That would be nice. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, limited on chips, but full on flavor. I'll give them credit. Does it taste like cheesy garlic bread? Kinda. Like, I'm surprised that the garlic flavor isn't more prominent. Like, it's there, it's doing something, but you think garlic bread, you think garlic. That's the whole fun of it, For me particularly, I mean, I love like a strong garlic bread. I want some stuff that's gonna make me smell funny for, at least a couple days afterwards. This, I don't know, man. I think they went a bit heavy on the cheese, a little bit too light on the garlic. Let's Because there is kind of a garlic powder undertone. But it's just not... It's not really breaking through the way that I want it to. It's more cheesy than anything. Which isn't terrible. I mean, cheese chips are nice, but... Yeah, I don't know. They're kind of okay. Now, I'd love to be able to do, and maybe I will when/if I ever run into the Lay's version, I'd love to do a direct comparison. Thing is, from what I recall, from back in them thar days when the Lay's version originally came out, I didn't think it was all that special. I thought it was fine. Like, they weren't bad chips, but I believe that one, and I could be wrong, I think that was the one that went up against the chicken and waffle flavor. And the chicken and waffle flavor, in my opinion, was a million times better. I was so sad that didn't win. But, yeah, I think that's sort of where these are falling into for me. Like, they have a decent amount of flavor. And there's kind of a garlicky hit to it. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it takes a little bit too long to get to it. And then, as a result, like, it's mostly just a cheesy chip, which is, like, it's okay, but... See, that one had a stronger garlic hit. I mean, obviously, seasoning is going to vary per chip, but if the entire bag tasted like that, I would be way more into these. Because with that, garlic was a more striking flavor, and then it sort of maneuvered into the cheesy flavor. And it was nice because it kind of gave the cheese an edge. Yeah, they're not bad. Like, I don't dislike them, but... I don't know. They're kind of okay. I like certain things about them, but they're not spectacular. Not that I was expecting them to be, but... well, two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Sure and kinda. Like, I'll say this. I would like more fucking chips in the bag. That would be nice, personally. But in terms of the flavor of them, they're okay. They're not a bad chip. They do offer something a little bit unique, but, like, I really wish that it was more than it is. It's just a bit too limited for me. Again, it's kind of what I keep coming back to is, like, they're fine, but they're nothing special. And that's really just... But at the same time, they're not a bad tasting chip. I like the flavor that they do put out. I personally would like... Again, if every chip tasted like that third chip that I had was, that'd be great. But as is, maybe once in a while. If I'm recommending them, they're not bad, but, like, do I think you should go out of your way for them? No. These are ones where I like the idea behind it, even if the idea is essentially let's rip off Lay's. Fair enough. But at the same time, like, I see this as a starting point. I see this as, like, this is a decent idea. Let's take it back. Let's tweak it. Let's rebuild on it. We can rebuild him. We can make him stronger. We have, we have the capabilities. I think that's where this kind of goes for me. As time goes by, and we, strengthen our potato chip technology, I'd like to think that we're going to get better and better chips. And in some ways we certainly have, but we still get those sort of middling ones. And these, they're sort of on the cusp between the middling and, like, the really good ones. I'd like to see them really good. So, take that for what you will. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly actual garlic bread-tastic rest of your life. Because, again, garlic bread is one of the few things where it's like, look, I like cheese on almost anything. And I'm not saying I don't like cheesy garlic bread, because I don't want to be thrown out of the fucking country. I'm not gonna lie, I think I like just garlic bread straight by itself. I don't need cheese. It's nice to be there sometimes, but I think for me personally, just some really good stuff, like some homemade stuff by somebody who knows how to make it, that's the business for me. My aunt makes some really good garlic bread, now that I think about it. It's been a while. But anyway, final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing I want you to go out and do is I want you to be thankful to whatever deity you might pray to, whatever causality you might believe in, whatever your personal philosophy on life is. I want you to be thankful if your head isn't congested to high heaven and you can taste things. Because it's one of the, I don't even think about it too much, but so much of what I do in my day is predicated on, am I going to go out to go grab something to eat? Because I eat out a lot, it's this guy. And I don't always think about it, but it's because I'll make stuff at home sometimes, but when you can't taste anything, there's no reason to go out to eat. I might as well just make basic shit at home, save myself a few bucks. And man, this last week and a half has just been so lame. It's just been me chilling at home. Hey, let's make a frozen pizza. Hey, let's make some, some rice. Let's, I can't even enjoy it. But I kind of can now. So anyway,